Okay, guys, thanks for joining us here in the charts. It is the market beast, Napoleon Macro. Let's give an update on the NEO stock. We have a critical range. Yes, this is the guy who said NEO had the potential to go to sub $10. We're going to go over the details whether or not I think NEO could still reach those levels. So we'll comb through those details. And again, we'll go over the critical level that NEO is up against right now. So let's make this video straight to the point. So let's do it, guys. Welcome back, loyal family. If you're new here, we only explore price action. Thanks for sticking around, all of my loyal subscribers. Let's dive right into the charts here. So today's March the 28th, 2022, and the previous close of the NEO is going to be $21.21, slightly positive 6.5% for the day. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it, guys. It's super simple. Hopefully you guys are doing well. So the critical range, as you can see displayed on the screen, is going to be $20.70 all the way up to $24.10. This is the critical range. Now, what if you are bullish in this market? Basically, what you want to see is the weekly candles. We're looking at the weekly candles right now. You want to see a weekly candle clear this entire range. Like, seriously, the buyers cannot waste any time right now because the market is actually, believe it or not, still in a downtrend that has the potential to maintain an overall uptrend as long as it stays above $10. Right? Let me just kind of do a brief explanation of what I mean when I say that. So, of course, NEO came out back in near the 2018. Yes, 2018, just below $10. This comes to some consolidating below $10. Formed a curvature formation, and the previous resistance level is $10. Exploded out of that range, okay, and now it's just discombobulated, coming down, trying to seek financial support. NEO just recently found some financial support near the $13 level. Please keep in mind, guys, we've been having some pretty bearish targets on NEO ever since the 50s, 40s, and such, etc., etc. So if it never reaches $10, I still think that as an interesting analyst that I made a pretty good call, because it was $3 away from the inevitable target. All right, $10 or sub $10. So I guess since we're on that topic, let me just explain to everyone whether or not I still see NEO going to $10 or sub $10. Yes, technically speaking, NEO is still, and again, guys, it closed a positive day. Okay, I'm no bandwagon here. Okay, NEO closed a positive day. NEO is still within the wrath of the sellers because it has not made a new high. A new high would technically be 24.10, okay? How am I able to get that? Napoleon, you're just picking numbers out of the sky, man. Cut it out. No, I'm not, guys. I'm actually looking at the weekly candles. And if you notice the candle's bodies, look closely. See those wicks above that candle's bodies over here at about February the 7th? That represents selling interest. If you focus on the candle's bodies and you want to get a new high, you want a weekly candle to close above the previous high according to the candle's body. So if NEO can break above and stay above $24.10, then that is the start or evidence that the buyers are attempting to turn things around. That does not mean that the buyers are, it's going to explode to the upside. Although I do have one last thing I want to show you towards the end of the video that actually may suggest that NEO may explode next month, but we'll get to that in 1 second. But if you're looking at the lower time frames, or at least in my book, the lower time frames of weekly candles, that's what you're going to look for, guys. And one may ask, well, how did you get the $20.70? You just pulled that number out of where? Nope. If you look closely over here, it's really simple, guys. The only thing that I'm doing is I'm pulling up the previous level of support. See where it had a reaction here? Dead cat bounce, fell through the floor. That's why I have $20.70. And of course, so that's the previous level of support, and the previous level of resistance is 24.10. And so this stuff is like, it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful story. And many people they're looking all over the place. This is the information that you need. Price action is king, guys. So to summarize this weekly setup that we're looking at, the reason that I have the critical range is based on the previous level of support and the previous level of resistance. Okay, so that's how I got the critical range. All right, so let's actually crank it up a little bit. Take a look at the big boy candlesticks, and I'm actually going to start fresh and erase the charts. I was just kind of looking at the story on this beautiful price action. I actually think that I found a fractal, believe it or not. Again, yes, guys, I do think that the market can move lower, but it doesn't matter what I think. Let's let the markets do what it's actually going to do, okay? And we'll know that in due time as the price continues to develop. Now, what I'm doing right now is actually outlining some candles, and I'll just briefly explain why I'm outlining these candles is because if this fractal actually plays out, what I'm actually saying on the charts, or if you can actually see it before I can actually draw it out, it looks like there might be a buy-in opportunity for the, I mean, as far as the long-term investors, I mean, you guys should have been like buying as soon as NEO got below $20, right? So yeah, that was a pretty interesting buy-in opportunity as I'm still trying to make this little setup here. So basically the fractal, guys, let's get to the fractal if I can actually get to it. All right, the fractal is going to be right here. Pardon me, guys, I don't mean to waste your time, sorry. So that's what I'm saying. So if you notice, it's a really simple. It's where it goes down for 4 months. You got 1 monthly red candle, 2 monthly red candle, 3rd monthly red candle, and the 4th monthly red candle. But look at the gesture. It's almost identical. Can you guys see that? It's almost identical where you have the two big red candles down, and then it's preceded by the 2 red candles, but they have reasonably sized lower shadows below the candles' bodies. So if in fact this is a fractal that played out back in between the months of February 2021 all the way over to like June 2021, okay, so it's kind of a 5-month window. It looks like we may have you know, some fireworks happening next month, guys, of somewhat of a green candle similar to this candle that you're seeing on the screen in May 2022, potentially, okay? I think this is pretty interesting. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. And that's pretty much all. Now, it all depends how this candle closes, okay? This is the March 2022 candle right here, okay? So we have about 2 days and 18 hours for this active monthly candle to close. One thing that I will bring up is the only difference is the volume on the last red candle before the move higher. If you notice on this red candle right here, corresponding with the volume at the lower portion of the screen, May 2021, it was a low volume candle, but this is actually a high volume candle on this candle right here. So not really sure why. I just wanted to point that out. Not sure if it makes a huge difference or not, but the fractal looks pretty similar. So I'm going to stick with that for now, although I'm not bullish nor bearish on NEO, but I figured I'd bring that up to your attention. And I guess if it does happen, take it easy, bulls, okay? Remember, I have to give you the information as I see it in the charts. But keep in mind, we had the 4 months down, okay, with the wicks below the candles' bodies. It moved up, and then it made a new low, okay? So if we get to move up, potentially, guys, okay? I know I sound like I'm always bearish on NEO, but I'm just going by what happened in the past. And if we do get a vicious green candle to the upside next month, then it's likely that history may attempt to repeat and make a new low, all right? The only thing that you have to look for to determine whether or not it's actually going to make a new low is you look for the monthly candles bodies, and just to make sure that it's not making a new low, just put like a horizontal line wherever it closes, boom, something like that. So if it does in fact, you know, blast off to the upside and then move lower, it's fine, guys. Napoleon macro, if he's wrong, that's fine. Yes, I'm a third person, right? I speak to myself in third person. You just want to make sure monthly candles close above the previous candle, monthly candle that is, that closed, okay? And I'll just show you like very briefly here, and we'll just close things out. So you see on the last example, like right about there, you see that? So once we got like that monthly candle to close below that line, the buyers are like, all right. They push it up, they prolong the inevitable for 2 months, 2 green candles, and then they push a price. It's called the seller to saturation is what I call it. When they prolong the inevitable, you don't flush out the markets, the sellers, they're just picking up more sell orders, and they rip that price to the downside, right? That's all I have for you, wonderful folks. To summarize the video, we are looking for the critical range that we went over in the beginning of the video. I think it was like $20 and about 70 cents all the way up to $24.10. We have the potential fractal incoming on next month, depending on how the monthly candle closes on this March candle. So it's showtime, Neo Bulls. We have a lot to look forward to, right? I'm not a bull, guys. I'm just looking at exploring the story for the person who needed an update. that's the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully stuck around to the end. If you did, thank you. And if you don't mind doing me a huge favor before you go, by simply leaving an appropriate thumb, I would appreciate it, below the video. And also leave a comment so that the YouTube algorithm can promote this video. If you guys are new, we also explored the alternative markets, just Bitcoin for now, so you can kind of join us here on this interesting journey. And we'll send that out to you momentarily. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you all for your time. Remember, guys, always have a strategy before you enter. Keep that positive energy flowing. We'll talk soon. And bye for now, guys and gals.